Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to have a quick chat about guide coats and how they can help you make your paint jobs more even. So this is just going to be a quick video today on guide coats. What are guide coats? Well, you know, there are a bunch of different names for different types of coats in painting. A guide coat is pretty simple. It's a thin layer of paint that you spray on as a guide. And what you do is you fire it onto your surface after you've sanded, after it's prepped, ready to go, if you don't 100% know that it's smooth. Some of you end up with waves in your paint job and stuff like that. Well, a guide coat can help with that. So you spray it on, like this one, and then you sand. And you'll notice as you sand, parts of your guide coat will start to disappear. That's how you know where you have low spots. The parts that disappear, those were high spots. So there were a couple waves in this piece of wood. It wasn't perfectly flat, despite me trying to use a large block on it. And because I wasn't 100% confident that it was perfectly flat, I did a guide coat. I threw a coat of this high build white primer on there, and then I started block sanding, and I see that this was high and this was high. This area in particular seems like it was maybe a little low, so does this one. Edges will always kind of sand off, so don't worry about that so much. Same goes for the front here. You can see we actually had kind of a situation where one of the boards, because this is a multi-laminated piece, one of the boards was a little higher. So I had to smooth that out. Now it's nice and smooth. But when I first sprayed it, it wasn't. This is what tipped me off actually. I saw a very little ridge in my paint. Sometimes you can't see this stuff in the wood. You can see it in your first coat of primer or your guide coat. And there you have it.
All right, we're going to interrupt this video with a quick message from our sponsor. Well, it's not really a message, but I know you guys like tutorials, and today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. So Skillshare is an online platform with a bunch of tutorials, and unlike YouTube, not just anybody can post on there. They actually do some quality control, so they're pretty good. They got a lot of good categories here. We've got music, we've got videography, all sorts of stuff that I'm planning on learning, including some productivity stuff and maybe even some marketing and online related tutorials for those of you who are thinking of starting up YouTube channels, if any of you are doing that. I've got a link in the description, so if anyone's interested in this, the first 1,000 people that click that link get a free trial premium membership. And if you end up with an annual membership of this, it's less than $10 per month, so pretty reasonable, and you can get a whole bunch of great tutorials. Look at all this editing stuff and whatnot. I really need to spend a little bit more time and go through here and watch some of these and learn how to edit properly. Then maybe I can do a better job of stuff like this. But most importantly, like I said last time, I should probably try and learn how to play guitar one of these days, and I think that this site is where I'll do that. So yeah, that's the message from our sponsor. Let's get back to the video.
Now just talking really quickly about application and choices here. In the automotive industry, for example, you'll see guys do their primer first, sand it, and then they'll spray a thin guide coat of black. Nice contrast with the gray primer, really easy to see. On a guitar, you can use black as well. It really doesn't matter what color you use. What you want is something easily sandable and preferably fast drying. And that's why I like these Oxford white primer cans, because these ones are nice and thick, so it fills in a little bit as I'm doing it. So it's kind of a dual purpose filler primer slash guide coat. It's white, so it contrasts nicely, and it forms the base for the rest of my paint job. So yeah, it does pretty much everything I need it to. Also, it dries bloody fast. And that's really what you need to consider for guide coats. Just make sure, if you're picking a fast drying paint, that it's compatible with the rest of your paint job. In this case, I'm using exclusively the Oxford lacquers for this job, so it's going to be perfect. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Like I said, just a quick video, just trying to give you a tip. I think this is going to help a lot of you get some of that waviness and some of those issues out of your paint jobs. And I know when people throw paint onto something, they're always nervous about taking it back off. It's not a problem. Putting paint on, sanding back, it's part of the process for a lot of paints. Just make sure that it's fully dry when you go to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It really helps me out. Remember to subscribe so you can see the rest of my painting tips. I'm talking way too fast now. So yeah, thanks for watching as always. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.